My next guest is a prominent director of theater, and she is from the Dominican Republic, and she has some very important information about a very interesting play in Washington Heights. I want to welcome Mino Lora. Me dijo que Mino quiere decir María del Camino Lora.
Sí. Hello. Hi, Nando. Thank you so much for having me. Hello. Feliz de estar aquí.
And why am I playing Domino? Because the name of the play that you are directing, premiering is called, what is it called?
It's called Domino Effect. Domino Effect, premiering here on Friday, this Friday, April 4th, at Art New York in Midtown. And exactly as you said, it is set uptown in Washington Heights over a game of dominoes. Different generations of Latinos and immigrants coming together to, have those difficult conversations and engage as comunidad, build community, and get in the messiness of the work. Que, hoy más que nunca se necesita. So we created a play about it. Through music, through storytelling, there's movement, there's capicua, there's domino playing, really telling the story of us.
Where is it?
So the play is at Art New York Theater, so that's on 53rd and 10th Avenue off Broadway, and it runs from April 4th until April 20th.
All right. By the way, I'm glad that my co-host is no stranger to theater, to acting, and all that. His name is Angel Rodriguez, and I know he's happy to meet you, and I know you're going to be happy after. Angel, adelante, por favor.
I'm really excited because you talked about storytelling, and the way we get our people to understand what's going on is through because I want to fight. I always want to have a shield, a sword, and fight, right? Pero the way we do it in theater, because we wrote to play the combat hippies that deal with all the wars that Puerto Ricans have fought for this empire, and the wars at home. And I'm sure that domino effect, that conversation over domino games, where sometimes the screaming but it's important that you're bringing this out, and your generation has so much creativity. You have a lot of communication going on. You have a lot of information, resources, and I'm really, really excited, Mino Lora, to meet you now, of course, on video chat. But I'm excited about your play, and I'm excited about all the folks that are involved, all the actors, because it's not easy doing theater. And I remember being scared. I remember having doubt. I remember all these things. This is a 70-minute piece. How long is your piece, by the way?
It is 90 minutes. 90 minutes.
Oh my gosh, that's how many cast members and stuff? How many?
Yeah, so it's a 90-minute show, no intermission, so it's an hour and a half, and the audience will have an experience. There will be laughing and crying. You'll really be moved. It's 4 characters, 4 actors in the show who never leave the stage the moment they come on. And it really is immersive. And as you said, Angel, it's like, this is our protesta, this is our conversation piece. And theater is such a powerful tool to share these stories. And, speaking about generations, you're speaking about my generation, and I'm in my 40s, but I was very interested in creating a play because it's an original play written by Marco Antonio Rodriguez, an amazing playwright Dominicano. He did the adaptation of Oscar Wilde that's been playing at Repertorio for over 5 years. And one of the things that I was interested in is how do we dialogue across generations? So in the show, the cast itself was part of creating this piece. It's called Devised Theater. So Marco Antonio created it together with them. So we have a 60-something-year-old, we have a 40-something, 30-something, and then we have a 20-year-old. And we all have different perspectives of the world, and the language the 20-year-olds use es muy diferente a como uno de 60 y tanto habla. And that's part of, sometimes these differences nos separan, and then we don't know how to talk. And I was interested in creating a play that gives us language of how do we engage, of understanding, but in my generation, that's not how we did it. And we're like, let's create a piece about that. Right. What happens if we just keep engaging and keep talking? Porque we know that the fight for justice and the work of community building requires all of us to be part of it. And I was very interested in that.
And Nando, I want to remind people that this is a limited engagement. on the information that I have here. And if you're going to catch it, it's from April 1st through April 20th. I think I'm going to go and check it out myself.
¿Por qué se llama el efecto del dominó o Domino Effect, Mino? ¿Por qué?
Yeah. Gracias por esa pregunta. So, as we said, a game of domino is playing, and we have this beautiful mechanism that, as Latinos and as Caribbean people, we play, right? It brings different generations, but it's also the effect that what one person does and one generation does, how it trickles down, right? What we do, the action and the choices we make. The play is all about the choices. Every day we make choices. And what is the choice of if we choose love or we choose fear? If we choose this or we choose that, or we choose de aquí, we choose de acá. And all of these have, like a domino effect of how what happens at the end. And in the course of these 90 minutes, so many opportunities to make a decision of like, do I engage the other or do I push them away? Do I listen, right? And there's just such a lot of beautiful moments of really struggle, and the characters, it's not easy for them, because it's not easy for us either, and we didn't want to shy away from this is hard work, but we also wanted to demonstrate and model what happens if we do. There's a line in the play, are you willing to listen? From one generation, the other one says, are you? Okay, we both have to be ready. So it's the domino effect of what happens with each of these choices that we make,
and why
especially now.
Why did you choose Washington Heights? Is that a choice, or basically it was the venue was there and it was the proper condition? Well, is there a particular, is there like a very, how can I say, not extensive, but like a significant showing or variety of nationalities there besides Dominicans and so forth? How does the audience relate to what's going on today? What's the relationship? How can people kind of identify your content with what's affecting them today?
Right.
Yeah. So a couple of things. So the People's Theater, we are the lead producers in the show. We're collaborating with LPC, Latinx Playwright Circle, and Boundless Theater, two Latino theater organizations on the show. But People's Theater has been around for 16 years in Washington Heights, in Upper Manhattan. So we were born uptown. I'm an immigrant from Dominican Republic. So a lot of our pieces, not only are they done uptown, but they are based in community. We do it with our community members, for and with the immigrant community in New York City. Dominicans are the largest immigrant group, pero I'm glad you asked that question. In the show, it's not only Latinos, right? We have different Latinos, but we also have an actor from Iran, an Iranian actor. We have a black actor who's not Latino and not an immigrant. So the diversity of our work is also very important, because uptown in New York City is so many things. And we need to know how to engage with each other beyond just our own community. So even though the show is not taking place literally in Washington Heights, because the theater is in Midtown, it is the setting, and Regina Garcia, who's the set designer, has really taken, I was like, I want it to be in a park. So like, when people come and see it, the set is like you are in Fort Tryon Park. You're in the cloister. And like you will see the steps, you will see the trees. So it really was inspired by our community.
Beautiful, beautiful. By the way, cuando yo vi la palabra dominó, yo dije, yo tengo dos canciones que tienen la palabra dominó. ¿Estamos hablando del juego de dominó, or we're talking about obviously something else different, the domino effect? But it has to do with the game of dominoes, because when you stand up ¿cómo se dice? Las fichas, ¿no? Y usted tumba una, se caen todas. So,
as a metaphor for many things, yes.
As a metaphor for many things, pero absolutamente el juego de dominó es parte de eso. Y es parte de lo que tiene. Cuando uno está jugando dominó, uno se mete en pelea o en bulla y la cerveza, you know.
No,
down, están los señores en la esquina que yo he ido a jugar con ellos as I was prepping for this play. You know how it is. And get intense.
Y tú sabes que para eso hay una canción que se llama Dale agua al dominó. Dice, para refrescar.
La tiene ahí, ponla.
Sí. Pero thank you so much for having us. People can get tickets at thepeoplestheater.org, o pueden venir aquí todos los días antes del show. And the box office open, and buy your tickets. You can use Let's Play para $25 discounted, and we would love to have all of the community come and visit. Limited engagement, como dijo Ángel, solo hasta el 20.
Is there a website that people can go into? Go ahead.
Yeah, thepeoplestheater.org. O-R-G.
Okay.
All right, Mino, thank you so much. I know you're working now.
Yes,
you're
we're in
rehearsing.
rehearsal, so it's amazing. We're getting ready.
Okay.
It's so
dale.
good, señores. It's so good.
Dale. We'll talk about your direction of this play later on, maybe in the near future, because I'm interested in where you attended school and who helped you along to help these other folks. And that's a long question, but thank you so much for bringing in with us.
Thank you so much. Nos vamos con eso, Domino. Gracias a los dos, adelante y en comunidad. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amén. Bye.